Hello and welcome back. So this video just going to be looking at the new Chinese civilization, or the Chinese Pantheon in the Pillar of the Gods DLC for Age of Mythology. I've been given special access for a preview event by Microsoft, so thank you very much Microsoft for that. So we'll dive in. It's not going to be a deep dive, it's just going to be a bit of a quick look, get a bit of an idea as to what's involved with how they play basically. So we're going to look at the learning video to dive in with, and then we'll have a little look at the tech trees. So let's have a look at the video.
There are three things to remember when playing the Chinese. First, the Chinese gather resources and construct buildings with two different units, the peasant and the Kuafu. Peasants are less expensive, but also less efficient than Kuafus. Kuafu are powerful giants that gather wood and gold much faster than the peasants, construct buildings exceptionally quickly, and can hold their own in combat. Second, the Chinese gain favor from favored land. The larger your base expands, the more favored land it will cover. Each Chinese major god derives powerful, unique bonuses from their favored land. Finally, the Chinese will deploy three types of heroes: pioneers, sages, and demigods. Pioneers are excellent scouts. Sages are stronger against myth units, can heal allies, and charm enemies into temporarily fighting for you. Demigods are exceptional fighters, unique to the major gods, and can unleash deadly special abilities in combat.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So it looks as though the Chinese gather favor through just building buildings, really. Looks as though there was a bit of an aura around the buildings, which is favored land, and that will generate favor. Interesting to find out how much favor is generated through that. So it's probably going to be an extremely small trickle, which once you've got a bigger base, it'll be quite heavy, you would have thought, quite a heavy amount. So I can't imagine there being too much favor initially in the early stage of the game. So we do have the Kuafu, which look as though they're going to be pretty strong villagers. I have had a look at the tech tree prior to this, and they do actually cost favor. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. I don't think you'll be able to get any of the Kuafu early on in the game. I'm just trying to find the how do I get to the tech tree? I've totally forgot. Oh, there we go, tech tree. So yeah, you should be able, I don't think you'll be able to get them early in the game. So we'll have a look at the tech tree now. We'll look at the different gods. Yeah, the Kuafu, they cost 50 food, 100 gold, but they do cost 17 favor. So and they take up 3 population space. So yeah, I mean, it looks as though they gather gold and wood extremely quick. It looked like 2 hits, and they've got the full amount that they need to gather. But I can't see you getting any of those early game. We'll be able to find out though, I'm sure, when I have a bit of a practice. I'm not going to go into too much detail with the tech tree. It's probably fairly standard. Obviously it's just in relation to the Chinese instead, but just looking, they've got like a military camp, which is sort of like the barracks. They've got Dao swordsmen, slow but durable Chinese infantry, decent against everything. So they're not excellent against everything, but they'll do a job against anything for you. No real weaknesses. You've got the halberdiers, which is counter cavalry, they're only good against cavalry. And then we've got the Wuzu javelineer, which is good against ranged soldiers, so sort of an anti-archer unit. Probably okay against other units, but better against ranged units. Then we've got the machine workshop, which has a few different units in. So we've got fire archers. There's your archer unit, good against infantry and buildings. We've got the Chukanu, which is got a rapid fire effect. It doesn't say that it's actually got any strengths against certain units, so it's probably okay against everything. You would have thought. You've got the siege crossbow, good against buildings, ships, and units. So a bit of everything really. That's good against. Then you've got the axe cart. Swings a large fan-shaped shovel to knock down walls and other buildings. So a bit like a ram really, in essence. Apart from it's just hacking rather than smacking. You've got the different hero units. So you've got the pioneer, the sage. And then you've got these demigod units, which are the more sort of like character type units. Doesn't give you any statistics of any of these on here, so we'll have to open up a game to look at those, which I'm not going to do right now. But you can see in the sort of like the fortress, the Baolei or Baoli, they get the White Horse Cavalry, which is a melee cavalry with a ranged special attack. Good against ranged soldiers, and we've got the Tiger Cavalry, and they will come back once they've been defeated. So they'll come back as a dismounted unit. If you play Age of Empires 2, there's or you don't. If you don't play Age of Empires 2, I should say, there's a unit in Age of Empires 2 which is the Conic, which basically does that. You're essentially getting 2 units for free, or two units in one. For the cost. So you'll start off with a cavalry unit. Once that dies, the unit comes back with some infantry type stats to fight again as an infantry unit. So it looks as though the same sort of thing is going to be happening there. Let me just double check actually with the different gods. Do they have the same units at the end there? Yeah, it looks as though they do. Yeah. So they've all got the same units at the end. They're hero units are changing, so a bit similar to how the Greek heroes work, I suppose, with the demigods. But then we do have the extra ones for the sage and the pioneers. So yeah, that's a very quick look at the tech tree. I'm not going to go into it for too much detail. We do have. We'll look at the various unique units as we go, but we'll start off. We'll have a little look at Fuxi. So Fuxi is got the God blessing Yin and Yang, which we'll have a look at here. So Yin and Yang grants alternating bonuses which swap every 4 minutes. So peasants and Quafus gather 10% faster, and then it switches over to human soldiers and siege weapons get 10 plus 10% damage. Okay. The Peach Blossom Spring. So target a location to create the Peach Blossom Spring, whose resource stockpile grows over time. The Peach Blossom Spring's resources are gathered quickly, but its stockpile stops growing once the villager starts gathering from it. Okay, so basically just leave it, put it down as early as you can and just leave it to stockpile. And then you've got some unique text there. I'm not going to go into those right now, but looking at the all the bonuses. So on favoured land buildings, research 300% faster, and military camps and machine workshops additions cost minus 50%. Additions. Is there bits you can sort of expand those buildings? What are they? I'm not quite sure what it means about additions. Don't think it necessarily means upgrades. What's it, these divine books? Imperial orders. Don't know what it means by additions. A bit weird. Okay, gain access to the Neja in the Classical Age, which is an additional legendary hero that gets stronger in each age. Isn't mentioned anywhere here. Where's this hero then? Is that it? No, it's the Yazi. I actually see that one on the tech tree. Oh no, it's that one. There you are. Collect relics. Good against myth units. Good against everything, but especially myth units. And gets better as the ages pass. So it's a bit like the Mongol Khan on Age of Empires 4. Similar to that. So then we've got the Nuwa. So Nuwa god is good for peasants, Quafus and defense. So they have the god blessing of the creator's auspice, which is peasant costs and improves buildings hit points as you earn favor. Reduces peasant cost and improves building hit points as you earn favor. Okay. Interesting. So the more favor you have, the cheaper your villagers. What it sounds like. Quite interesting. So then you have foundations automatically construct on favoured land. So that sounds as though you can just place a foundation and send your villager back to collect resources, and it'll just build on its own. It'd be interesting to see whether that builds at the same rate as whether you've had a builder on there, or if it just helps you build it faster. Interesting. Buildings, spread favoured land, +1 range further. So it looks as though you'll be able to get your favour in a bit easier, a bit quicker with Nuwa. It might mean we get more the whatever they're called, Quafus. And cavalry get +10% HP. It'll be quite interesting. Myth units. We have the Keeling, which heals nearby units, good against human soldiers and other myth units. The Kyonki can take flight, good against human soldiers, so it's like a flying tiger. The Tao Wu, high durability, so probably quite tanky. Can charge to temporarily increase its movement speed, and it's good against buildings. We've got the Beihu, myth unit with powerful strikes that send units flying, good against other soldiers. And then in the Age 4, the Mythic Age, you can get the King Long, which is a flying dragon which shoots water. And then we have the Zhu Ki. Cannot do these pronunciations. Spiritual fire gathers spiritual fire with its wings, creating a fiery whirlwind below to knock enemies away. Good against buildings and human soldiers. That was that one. What's the units for Fuxi? So you got the Keeling again, heals units. The Yaji, we've not seen this one. So fast myth unit that can teleport to enemies. Good against human soldiers. Interesting. That one's the same. This one we've got the Tao Ti. Gains strength as it devours human soldiers with its special ability. Interesting. So it gets stronger the more people it kills. And then the Hundun. Faceless being that can temporarily banish and terrify enemy units. Good against human soldiers. Interesting one. Okay, so final one then we've got Shennong. So the god of agriculture and herbal medicine. So focus on farming, myth units and healing. They've got the gift of the beast's blessing. So summons myth units from the next age at your temple for free as you earn favour. That could be really strong actually. If you're getting heroic age myth units in the classical age. Maybe even gets you some myth units earlier on as you're going up from the archaic. Quite interesting. On favoured land, myth units recover 5 hit points a second. Farms are available in the Archaic Age and build instantly. Sounds like that could be quite big, but I can't imagine you really need farms early on because you're going to want to get those free resources from deer and stuff. So plough, irrigation and flood control are researched instantly for free. That could be pretty good. So you're definitely going to be moving on to farms sooner with Shennong. So then we've got different god powers as we go through. I'm not really, like I said, I'm not really looking at those. I'm not doing a deep dive as such. But yeah, we've seen all of the different myth units there. I suppose we've had a look at god powers. So prosperous seeds is from Shennong. So target 2 farms to sow the seeds of prosperity. They'll produce food faster, heal nearby villages, and make friendly units on them invisible. So then the minor gods, you've got How-Tu or Ho-Tu. Earth wall, target friendly buildings, surround it with earthen walls. So quite a good bit of a quick defense. Then you get the Chi-Yu. This is actually a unit we saw. Oh, yeah, we saw this god in the actual trailer, so it's probably a campaign unit. This one, god of chaos and war. So lightning weapons, target a location to conduct lightning into the weapons of all your soldiers and ships, granting their attacks a chance to stun. Okay, next one then we've got Wushu Fey beasts. So target a location to spawn poisonous Fey beasts that spread infection to the enemy. Then we've got a Nuwa who has drought. Makes the enemy buildings far easier to destroy and prevents all construction and repairs. That could be pretty big. Then we've got Zhurong. So target a location to open the heavens and set the world on fire. Everything will burn. And then you've got Wang Di. Yinglong's Wrath. So summon Yinglong, legendary rain and lightning dragon of China. So yeah, it's a bit like getting the Nidhogg for that one. So what else have we got? Other man gods, we've got Gong Gong, who does the Great Flood, sweeps away units and annihilates buildings. We've got Gumang, who has forest protection. Target friendly building to protect the surrounding area with Gumang's wood power, which roots enemies and heals allied units. And then the other one we've got is Zhuanu, and the god power Vanish. Target a group of friendly units, make them invisible for a short time. Actually, the Nuwa has the god power of create a number of clay peasants that last for a couple of minutes. Spawn more peasants in later ages. Okay, so it can give you a very slight economic boost with that one. Only lasts a few minutes, so you're not going to get a huge amount out of it. Yeah, and then we've looked at all the other ones. So yeah, that's it really. We're going to dive in, have a go at the campaign and start learning a bit more about the Chinese civilization through the campaign. So if you want to check the first campaign video out and see a bit of actual gameplay of the Chinese, then click on the video that's on the screen now, and I'll see you over there. Cheers!